Field fires. Let's go racing for 100 laps of action here at Auto City Speedway. Trevor Berry, Cody Coughlin, Kyle Hayden, Tristan Van Wieringen, Quentin Bear, Travis Eddy, Travis Braden, Dalton Armstrong, Dan Leake, Jack Smith, Kyle Crump, Dakota Stroop, David McManus, Josh Gnomes, Robbie Johnson, DJ Weltmeyer, Mark Jacobs, Pat Zorn, Austin Kunert, Phil Bozell, Joe Morissette Jr., Andy Bozell, Jackson Jacobs, and Jerry Andrews, your starting field for 100 green flag laps here at Auto City Speedway. Race fans, at this time, I ask you all to please rise. Let's send them off 100 laps of safe racing. As they make their way through corners 3 and 4, tip your caps, flick your bics, do whatever you want. Wish them safe racing. 100 laps of racing action. This is the Dog Days of Summer 100 presented by JEGS.com. In front of you, great race fans, here at Auto City Speedway. Trevor Berry, Cody Coughlin, Kyle Hayden, Tristan Van Wieringen, Quentin Bear, Travis Eddy, your front half dozen starters. A star-studded field of 24 on hand in front of you this evening. Already getting a little antsy at the front of the field. It's a pair of number 1 cars set to bring them in. Chief starter Brian Duncan shows the field the 1 lap to go signal. Next time by, they'll come by at full speed. CRA pace car heads to the infield. It's in the hands of Trevor Berry and Cody Coughlin, your front row. They'll build speed through corners number 3 and 4. Up the pace they come. Green flag racing here at Auto City Speedway. Field works its way through corners number 1 and 2. Tristan Van Wieringen in the 81 machine gets just a little bit crossed up, but we stay clean and green to the completion of lap 1. Going to be a drag race to the line. Cody Coughlin, your race leader at lap 1. Cody Coughlin, your race leader at lap 1. They still work side by side up for the number 1 spot. Coughlin on the outside, Berry on the inside. Kyle Hayden follows in hot pursuit. Leader at lap 2, still going to be Coughlin. Coughlin clears Berry, solidifying that number 1 spot. Here comes Kyle Hayden battling up into the number 2 position to the inside. Hayden works to Trevor Berry. A couple of drivers who have all kinds of laps around here at Auto City Speedway. Hayden's going to get the spot coming down the front stretch. Put Kyle Hayden into the number 2 spot. Berry washes it up the racetrack just a little bit. Berry drops back to 3rd. Quentin Bear to 4th. Travis Braden already up to the number 5 position. He started 7th. Dan Leake, Dalton Armstrong, Jack Smith, Tristan Van Wieringen, and Travis Eddy round out the top 10. Field getting predominantly single file throughout all 24 cars. All 24 continue to remain green. Side by side, Dan Leake and Dalton Armstrong battle. Leake clears him going down the front stretch. Put Dan Leake into the number 6 position. Side by side, right back behind them. Jack Smith to the inside of Dalton Armstrong. Smith on the inside, trying to get past the 4 machine of Armstrong. Side by side, they continue to work. It's the 28 of Smith, the 4 of Armstrong, continuing to do battle. Smith clears him going down the back stretch. Give Jack Smith the number 7 position in the red, number 28. Race leader Cody Coughlin trying to stretch out his lead just a little bit. Kyle Hayden trying to close in on him. That's the battle for the lead. Battling for the lead is Hayden with Coughlin, but the battle is for 3rd. Trevor Berry trying to hold off Quentin Bear and Travis Braden. It's Berry in that number 3 spot. Bear in 4th. Trevor Berry in that number 3 position, holding off Quentin Bear, but Bear looking about a challenge. Quentin Bear going to look to the inside of Trevor Berry. Oh, spin in turns number 1 and 2. 12 machine, Dan Leake spins it around all on his own in corners number 1 and 2. Caution flag out will fly for the first time here this evening. 10 laps completed, 90 laps to go. Caution flag flies for the 12 machine of Dan Leake. 9 laps completed, 91 laps to go. Your restart lineup's going to look like this. Cody Coughlin leads, Kyle Hayden second, Trevor Berry third, Quentin Bear fourth, Travis Braden fifth, Dalton Armstrong sixth, Tristan Van Wieringen seventh, Travis Eddy eighth, David McManus ninth, and Josh Nelms rounds out the top 10. They'll build speed once again through corners number 3 and 4. Back to green flag racing we go at Auto City Speedway. Green flag back in the air. It's Coughlin once again on the brake. Hayden drops into second. Side-by-side battle for third. Trevor Berry on the inside of Quentin Bear. Bear on the high side trying to power move his way around the outside. Top 2 cars single file. They're side-by-side from third on back. Bear holds the advantage over the 1 machine of Berry, but just by a nose. Berry fighting back to the inside. At the line, give third spot to Quentin Bear, but Trevor Berry gets crossed up just a little bit. Now, Trevor Berry gonna have to battle it a little bit with the number 4 machine of Dalton Armstrong. Cody Coughlin continuing to lead. Kyle Hayden. Then it's the 94 Quentin Bear. Dalton Armstrong's worked his way to 4th. Trevor Berry 5th. Travis Braden trying to make a move around the outside of Berry. That's the battle for a top 5 spot. Travis Braden's been strong here in years past in ARCA CRA Super Series competition. But he'll try to find a way around the 1B of Trevor Berry here. But keep an eye on the 78 machine of Travis Eddy. He's starting to work his way up, playing it steady right now. As we see now Berry taking another look on the number 4 machine of Dalton Armstrong. Armstrong gets a little bit squirrely, but he's going to keep it going. Still holding the 1 machine of Trevor Berry at bay for that number 4 position. Now Berry once again creased back to the back bumper of the number 4 of Dalton Armstrong. Back behind them, Josh Nelms takes a peek to the inside of Tristan Van Wieringen. Berry again with a peek to the inside of Armstrong. That's the battle for 4th. Here comes Berry to the inside of Dalton Armstrong. Side by side, they'll work off the corner. Berry can get to the back bumper of Armstrong, but he can't do anything with him. They still battle for 4th, and all that's doing is letting 6th place car Travis Braden come back to the back bumper of Trevor Berry. Berry working that apron of the racetrack to his advantage, the home track star. Finding a way around, trouble in turn 1 and 2. Robbie Johnson loops it around. Robbie Johnson in car number 21 loops it around. The 28 machine of Jack Smith takes to the grass off the top of the racetrack to keep the car going to avoid any contact. Coughlin and Hayden pick up the pace. Back to green flag racing we go here at Auto City Speedway. Cody Coughlin continues to lead, side by side for 2nd. Quentin Bear battling it out with the 14 machine of Kyle Hayden. They still battle it out for that number 2 position, side by side, back battling behind them. Hayden clears off the 94 of Quentin Bear. Then it's Dalton Armstrong, and a side-by-side battle is Travis Braden trying to make his way around the outside of the 1 machine of Trevor Berry. Berry starting to get shuffled back a little bit. Travis Braden doing everything he can to make that high lane work on the 1 machine of Trevor Berry, but Berry holding strong in that bottom groove. It's Braden just by a nose that time by over Barry, but Barry pulls ahead back down to back straightaway. Tremendous battle for fifth here at Auto City Speedway in the dog days of Summer 100. Barry and Braden continue to battle. Braden almost gets crossed off the top of the racetrack. Barry keeps it going. Barry a little bit loose off the corner. Barry going to clear Braden, headed down the front stretch for fifth. It's Barry and Braden, fifth and sixth. Back behind them, Travis Eddy, seventh. Josh Nelms, eighth. Tristan Van Wieringen, ninth. Josh Nelms trying to take a peek on the 78 of Travis Eddy, but he can't really do anything with him. Good battles. Battle for first, second, third, then another battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth, and then another one for seventh, eighth, and ninth. Josh Nelms takes a peek to the inside of Travis Eddy. Another battle right in front of them between Braden and Barry. Josh Nelms a little bit loose off the corner, almost gets into the door of Travis Eddy. Battle between Nelms and Eddy, headed through corners number 3 and 4. Side by side, they work off the corner. Side by side, they work for 7th and 8th. Nelms goes off the racetrack once again. Nelms and Eddy continue to battle down the back straightaway. Nelms and Eddy, best battle on the racetrack. Nelms is going to get Eddy off the corner. Put Josh Nelms up a position now. Travis Braden going to sit in the catbird seat in the number 6 position as Trevor Barry goes to the inside of Dalton Armstrong. Battle for second and third. Battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth. Quentin Bear down to the inside of Kyle Hayden. Kyle Hayden stuck in that top groove as Quentin Bear trying to clear him on the bottom. Bear not afraid to use the bumper. They bang doors down the front stretch. They bang doors. They trade some pace. Bear has to give up. Quentin Bear did everything he could to get around the 14 of Kyle Hayden, but nothing to his advantage. Bear has to drop back. That's going to get the one machine of Trevor Barry back to his back bumper. "33 laps completed. It's Cody Coughlin, your leader. Kyle Hayden second. Quentin Bear third. Trevor Barry fourth. Travis Braden rounding out your top 5. Barry and Bear getting tangled up once again. That's going to let Braden shoot to the inside of Trevor Barry. It's Braden and Barry putting on a whale of a war for that number 4 position. Trevor Barry doing everything he can to hold off Travis Braden, but don't count out either Dalton Armstrong or Josh Nelms back behind them. Field getting predominantly single file throughout the entire field as they continue to click off laps. 36 complete, 37 complete this time by as Cody Coughlin continues to lead. Yellow flag gonna come out. Caution flag on the back straightaway. Problems on the back straightaway. The 97 machine stopped along the back straightaway as Jackson Jacobs comes to a stop. He'll bring out the caution flag yet once again with 39, I believe, laps complete. Pace car heads to the infield. It's Coughlin, Hayden, Bear, Barry, and Braden, your top 10 as we get set to go back. Green flag racing here at Auto City Speedway. Building speed once again. A good restart for Cody Coughlin. Side by side, they work once again for second as Coughlin shoots to the race lead. It's Bear and Hayden battling for the number 2 position off the corner. Hayden gets a little squirrely. Bear shoots to the inside, and that gets Hayden all kinds of crossed up. Hayden losing several positions, drifting all the way back to the number 7 position. Kyle Hayden with a big bobble headed down the back straightaway, shuffles him all the way back to about 7th in the field. Side by side, they work right in front of him. It's Josh Nelms in 71 and trouble in turn 3 and 4. Big problems in corners number 3 and 4. Several cars involved. The 7 of David McManus, the 28 of Jack Smith. Austin Kunert's involved. Andy Bozel's involved. Several cars involved in corners number 3 and 4. Fourth caution flag of the evening flies at lap number 38. Through corners number 3 and 4, Coughlin will pick up the pace. Back to green flag racing at Auto City Speedway. 38 complete, 62 to go. Again, Cody Coughlin with a phenomenal restart. Goes to the race lead. Side by side, they already battle for second. Travis Braden to the inside of Quentin Bear. They'll battle off the fourth corner. Braden in that bottom groove to the inside of Quentin Bear. Braden trying to get that runner-up position away from Quentin Bear. Braden by a nose off the corner. Can he clear him down the straightaway? Bear still fighting back in that high lane. Van Wieringen gets crossed up in a 3-wide battle between Dan Leake and Kyle Crump back deep in the field. Meanwhile, battle still for second. Travis Braden gets around Quentin Bear. Now Dalton Armstrong wants a piece of the action. He'll battle Bear for third. Kyle Hayden to the inside of Trevor Berry. But Kyle Hayden back to fifth. Now Hayden going to take a peek to the inside of Bear. Good battle from third on back. Starting to single file form throughout the entire field. Cody Coughlin continuing to stretch the lead. Coughlin with a strong car here this evening. Dalton Armstrong sits in third. Quentin Bear fourth. Best battle is for fifth. Kyle Hayden, the white 14. Trevor Berry, the white number 1, continuing to run in lockstep. Josh Nelms and Travis Eddy sitting in the catbird seat. Here comes Berry to the inside now for Kyle Hayden. Good battle back in the middle of the field. Dakota Stroop gets a little bit loose through corners 1 and 2. That lets Dan Leake come down to the inside. Here comes Trevor Berry again to the inside of Kyle Hayden. Dan Leake shoots past Dakota Stroop. Back up between the 14 of Kyle Hayden and the 1 of Trevor Berry. Dan Leake sitting there as well. Kyle Hayden sits in 5th. Trevor Berry 6th. Josh Nelms 7th. Here comes Nelms now to the inside of Trevor Berry for that number 6 position. Nelms and Berry get together. Both keep going. No harm, no foul. Nelms and Berry almost got in all kinds of trouble down in the corner number 4, but we keep green. Top 4 cars pretty well strung out as Coughlin leads. Travis Braden, Dalton Armstrong, and Quentin Bear. Battle still for 5th as Kyle Hayden trying to get away from Trevor Berry, but he can't do anything with him. Travis Eddy trying to hold off the 12 machine of Dan Leake. Single file formation throughout the majority of the top 10. Kyle Crump in the 7C machine. And a good battle right now with Tristan Van Wieringen. Hayden and Berry continue to battle. That's the battle for the number 5 position. Berry with another peek to the inside of Kyle Hayden for that number 5 position. Race leader Cody Coughlin gets around the slower vehicle of Austin Kunert. Coughlin, Braden, Armstrong, Bear, your front 4. Getting away from that number 5 battle still between Kyle Hayden and Trevor Berry. Battle on the racetrack still for that number 5 position. It's Barry doing everything he can to battle over the back bumper of that number 14 machine of Kyle Hayden. Barry again to the inside of Kyle Hayden. Trevor Barry taking another peek to the inside of Kyle Hayden. These two have waged war over the years here at Auto City. Barry doing everything he can to try and get past. It's Hayden in the high lane. Barry on the bottom. Barry gets a fender to him down the backstretch. Can he do anything more with him? Hayden still pulls back ahead. Hayden, Barry, and now Josh Nelms starting to close in on the 2 white cars. Nelms starting to close in on the 2 cars of the 14 of Hayden and the 1 of Barry. Slower vehicle of Austin Kuhnert played havoc for just a little bit. That helped the 71 and Nelms get back to him. Hayden, Barry, Nelms, Eddie, and Leake running in lockstep. Barry again with a look to the inside of Kyle Hayden. It's Hayden, Barry, Nelms continuing to battle for that number 5 position. Yellow flag out. Problems in corners number 3 and 4. Kyle Crump in the 7C, the 71. Make that the 81 of Tristan Van Wieringen and the 4 of Joe Morissette. I'll get caught up in that one. Caution flag out at lap 60. Pace car dives to the infield. It's Cody Coughlin, Travis Braden, your front row. Dalton Armstrong, Quentin Bear, Kyle Hayden, your front 5. Bunching back up, we come back to green flag racing. 40 laps to go here at Auto City. At the racetrack, Cody Coughlin goes. That's going to let Dalton Armstrong shoot past. Put Dalton Armstrong up into the race lead. Your new leader at lap 61, the 4 of Dalton Armstrong. So after leading the first 60 laps, Cody Coughlin drops back to second. Dalton Armstrong to the race lead. It's Quentin Bear, Kyle Hayden, Josh Nelms, and Travis Brading all battling back behind them. Nelms gets squirrely. That lets Braden clear him on the outside. Front 6 cars run single file. Then it's Dan Leake and Trevor Barry battling back behind them. Trevor Barry in the high lane. Josh Nelms on the inside. Tremendous battle for the number 6 position. Door to door, they continue to work between the red 71 of Josh Nelms and the 1 of Trevor Barry. Battle for second. Quentin Bear to the inside of Cody Coughlin. Bear gets Coughlin loose. Put Quentin Bear up to second. Quentin Bear not afraid to use the chrome horn a little bit. That puts him up to the number 2 spot. That shuffles Coughlin all the way back to about 9th. Battle for third. Travis Braden taking another peek to the 14 of Kyle Hayden. Trevor Barry 5th. Josh Nelms 6th. Battle for 7th. Dan Leake and Cody Coughlin continuing to fight it out. Dan Leake side by side still with Cody Coughlin. Side by side again, they'll go for the number 3 position. Travis Braden to the inside of Kyle Hayden. That's the battle for third. Braden has that preferred bottom groove. Hayden stuck in the high lane, but Hayden with several laps around this place. Hayden's got the upper hand in the high lane. He can make that momentum work for him. Here comes Braden again to the inside of Kyle Hayden. Battle for the number 3 position. 70 laps complete this time by Dalton Armstrong, Quentin Bear, Kyle Hayden, Travis Braden, and Trevor Berry rounding out your top 5. 6 through 10, Josh Nelms, Cody Coughlin, Dan Leake, Travis Eddy. Kyle Hayden again gets loose to 1 and 2. That lets Braden come back to the inside. Travis Braden doing everything he can to make that bottom groove work for him. Trevor Berry trying to follow suit as well. Trevor Berry side by side now with Travis Braden. That's a battle for the number 4 position. Berry, the second generation racer from right here in Clio, Michigan, doing everything he can to battle with Travis Braden. While the 1 of Berry and the 26 of Braden continue to battle. Kyle Hayden, that 14 machine, is trying to get away, but he can't do anything to shake the 1 or the 26. Now Berry gets around the 26 of Braden. He'll set sail on the 14 of Hayden. Side by side, a great battle still for the number 3 position. It's Berry on the inside of Kyle Hayden. Hayden still working that bottom groove. Hayden and Berry continue to battle for the 3rd spot. While they continue to battle, the top 2 continue to streak away. Kyle Hayden still holding that top shelf oh so strong. It's Hayden and Berry, a couple of Auto City veterans, still duking it out for that number 3 spot. Travis Braden has to fall back a little bit, trying to find a different way around. Berry bobbles, Hayden trying to clear them both. Now as Berry bobbles, that's going to get Braden into his back bumper. Third, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all running in lockstep. Berry again to the inside of Kyle Hayden. That final podium spot, the best battle on the racetrack. Berry gets into the door of Kyle Hayden. Berry and Hayden bang doors. Berry finally has enough and pushes Hayden up the racetrack. Trevor Berry pushes Kyle Hayden up the racetrack. That lets both Travis Braden and Josh Nelms get past. Trevor Berry goes to 3rd. Josh Nelms 4th, side by side with Travis Braden. Less than 20 to go. Make that 19 to go for race leader Dalton Armstrong as Travis Braden and Josh Nelms continuing to just beat and bang on one another. And yellow flag out here on the front straightaway. Tristan Van Wieringen in the 81 car spins it around. Austin Kunert spins to avoid the accident. Lights atop the CoglinCars.com pace card are extinguished. Dalton Armstrong, your race leader. Quentin Bear 2nd. Trevor Berry 3rd. Travis Braden 4th. Josh Nelms, a good run all the way up to the number 5 position. They'll build speed again through corners number 3 and 4. Back to green they go here at Auto City. Armstrong gets the advantage on the restart. Berry and Bear banging doors again for 2nd. Second, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th all side by side. Trevor Berry pushes Quentin Bear up the racetrack. Trevor Berry muscling his way into the number 2's position. As Berry pushes himself off to 2nd, Travis Braden, Josh Nelms battle for 3rd and 4th. Quentin Bear shuffled back to 5th. Then it's Kyle Hayden behind them. Caution flag at the top of corners number 1 and 2. Yellow flag out. Dakota Stroop brings it to a stop. Yellow flag out. 83 laps complete. 82 in, 18 to go. Dalton Armstrong, your race leader. Trevor Berry 2nd. Josh Nelms, Travis Braden, Quentin Bear, Kyle Hayden, Travis Eddy, Dan Leake, Cody Coughlin getting set to go back. Green flag racing action. Armstrong will bring him in again. 18 laps to go here at Auto City Speedway. Here comes Barry on the outside of the number 4 of Dalton Armstrong. Armstrong clears him, headed down into corners number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go again. Braden off the top of the racetrack. Braden off the top of the racetrack goes out the back chute but keeps it going. We stay green. Braden woes it to a stop. Now the caution flag flies as Braden woed it up and sits at the top of the racetrack. Yellow flag. Wrapping up the 8th caution flag of the evening here at Auto City Speedway. Dalton Armstrong still your race leader. Trevor Berry 2nd. Josh Nelms 3rd. Quentin Bear sits in 4th. Kyle Hayden 5th. Dan Leake is 6th. Travis Eddy 7th. Cody Coughlin sits in 9th. And Kyle Crump rounds out the top 10. Phil Bozell with a strong run sitting at number 8 position as we get set to go back. Green flag racing. Dalton Armstrong again with another good jackrabbit start. He gets the break. We're back to green. Already side by side they work for 3rd. Here comes Josh Nelms on the inside of Quentin Bear. It's Nelms and Bear battling for 2nd and 3rd. Trevor Berry has that number 2 position. But for right now, Josh Nelms and Quentin Bear trying to close in on him and see if they can't do anything with him. Working to the inside of Phil Bozell. Bozell 7th, Eddy 8th, Coughlin 9th. Good battle there from about 6th on back. $87 laps in, 13 to go. Dan Leake now taking a peek to the inside of Kyle Hayden. Battle for 3rd. Quentin Bear to the inside of Josh Nelms. Dan Leake, Kyle Hayden. Sitting in that number 5 and 6 positions, but now Leake to the inside of Hayden. Dan Leake, Kyle Hayden, a couple of East Michigan veterans continuing just a battle door handle to door handle. And Phil Bozell makes that Joe Morissette off the top of the racetrack. Joe Morissette off the racetrack on the back straightaway near the exit of the racetrack. Caution flag gonna come out. Dalton Armstrong, Trevor Berry, Josh Nelms, Quentin Bear, Kyle Hayden, Dan Leake, Phil Bozell, and Travis Eddy. Cody Coughlin and Kyle Crump rounding out your top 10. Back to green we go. Oh, Trevor Berry may have gotten the better restart that time by side for the lead. They worked on the backstretch. Armstrong on the inside, Berry on the outside. They'll still battle side by side off of 4. Armstrong and Berry continuing to wage war. They bang doors down the backstretch. Berry still holding the high lane, trying to get around the 4 machine of Armstrong. Armstrong clearing him off the corner. Armstrong will clear him off the corner. Berry will go to 2nd. Quentin Bear will go to 3rd. Josh Nelms will go to 4th. Kyle Hayden and Dan Leake sit 5th and 6th. Phil Bozell, Dan Leake, Travis Braden, and the 78 of Travis Eddy starting to duke it out. That's from 6th on back. 6 to go this time by. Dalton Armstrong chasing the race car every way he can. Side by side, they'll go again for the lead. Berry on the inside of Dalton Armstrong. Berry trying to score his first career win. Dalton Armstrong trying to score his 2nd. 5 laps to go for Dalton Armstrong. Trouble in turns 1 and 2. Yellow flag going to come out with 5 to go. Cody Coughlin spins it around. It's Armstrong, Berry, Bear, Nelms, and Hayden, your front 5. 5 times around they need to go. Green flag comes back out. Good restart for both of your front row starters. Oh, Armstrong may have the advantage. Armstrong gets the advantage and clears the one of Berry down the back straightaway. Armstrong gets the advantage. Berry goes back to second. Quentin Bear third. Josh Nelms going to clear Kyle Hayden for that number 4 position, but that opens up the top groove for the 04 of Phil Bozell. Travis Braden gets around both Dan Leake and Travis Eddy. It's not over yet for the 26 of Braden. 2, make that 3 laps to go. This time by, it'll be 2 laps to go. Dalton Armstrong out in front. Popsicle sticks will go in the air from Brian Duncan. 2 more times around. It's the 4 machine of Dalton Armstrong starting to gap away from the 1 machine of Trevor Berry. Final trip, white flag in the air from Brian Duncan. Dalton Armstrong, final trip around, headed down the back straightaway for the final time. The Winfield Solutions, Baker Crop Insurance, Motion Motors, McGonigal Engine Performance, car number 4, Dalton Armstrong picks the win up at Auto City Speedway. Trevor Berry second, Quentin Bear third, and Josh Nelms will round out your top 4 as Austin Kunert spins it around after the checkered flag. We'll talk to our winner in victory lane in just a moment. So a big win this evening for Dalton Armstrong. So Dalton Armstrong gets his 2nd career win and 2nd win this season in the JEGS CRA All-Stars Tour. Nice round of applause for our top finishers here this evening as they make their way out of their cars in a safe running of the Dog Days of Summer 100 presented by JEGS.com. Victory lane ceremony getting set to take center stage here on the front stretch. Dalton Armstrong, 2nd win of the season in this Winfield Solutions car number 4. He's got the helmet off. Steam rolling out of this Winfield Solutions Scott Neal Racing Ford car number 4. He's climbing out of the car, race fans. Dalton Armstrong with the victory. Dalton Armstrong gets out of the car, getting congratulations from fellow competitor Trevor Berry, gets his congratulations from series director Glenn Luckett. He's got the helmet off. Once again, race fans, as we make our way to the front of the car, another nice round of applause for Dalton Armstrong. Dalton, congratulations. You picked up your first series win earlier this season at Springport Motor Speedway. You get your 2nd win of the season here tonight at Auto City. The east side of Michigan's been pretty good to you this season.
Yeah, I feel like this was I feel like we should have had another win by now for Scott, and he's been working his tail off trying to get this car better and better for me. And I was getting worried there, all those cautions, and Trevor he had really good restarts. I like to thank Scott and Winfield, all these guys that help out with this deal, and it was just a good race.
As much as they were pressuring back behind you, could you really feel them that much? I know you could feel Trevor, but there was a whole slew of battle behind you. What kind of mindset did you have going into that, knowing that so many of the guys that were in the top 5 have more laps around this place than almost anybody?
I knew we had a fast car. I know if we just get the jump and get going, I knew that they probably wouldn't get around us. So just good. I like to thank Trevor for not racing me dirty. He did everything he needed to do, and just good win for Scott. I was just happy to get this win for them.
Takes a lot of people to get you here to the racetrack. Or some of the sponsors you want to thank this evening?
Winfield Baker Crop Insurance, and my dad. He puts a lot of heart and money in for me, so it's a good deal.
Dalton, congratulations on the victory. Once again, race fans, your race winner this evening, the number 4 machine, the Winfield Solutions car of Dalton Armstrong. Going to talk to our second place competitor here this evening. Trevor Berry. Close, a strong second place run, but still one heck of a battle. Congratulations on a solid runner-up finish.
You guys like that? Clio, Michigan, you guys like that? That's what I'm talking about. I've raced with Dalton Armstrong since I was 9 years old. He's never ran me dirty, so I ran him clean. I had one good restart. I had a shot at him, but we went back yellow. I overheated the right rear tire and was just too loose that last one. I want to thank, well, my dad said they're running like go-karts, and I got the best sponsor for that. Kenny Paulson, Katie, Extreme Indoor Kart Racing. Go visit them. It's a real deal. Clio Computers, Driven Racing Oil, Racing to Cure. I wanted to win this one for my grandma bad. I'm choking up. It's been a year since we lost her right here. Thanks, Grandma. P2, that's all right with me. I get to run again, Owasso. We're going to get a win here real soon.
Trevor, congratulations on a solid second place run.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Trevor Berry, the hometown hero, scores the solid runner-up finish here this evening. Going to talk to third place finisher Quentin Bear here as he gets a sip of water on the front stretch. Quentin Bear, a solid podium finish once again. That first win's got to be right around the corner, but still a solid podium finish here tonight.
Yeah, man, we had a fast race car. Just probably knocked the toe out of it a little bit, made it a little tight in the middle, but yeah, hats off to my guys, man. It was a great race, great racing out there. Yeah, just trying to catch up to the points leader, Dalton Armstrong. Congrats to him on the win as well.
You got in a slew of battles all coming up to the field. It seemed like a lot of the guys were having trouble with traffic. How was it out there traffic-wise?
I mean, this is a different racetrack. Both corners are completely 100% different, and I mean, just running the top over here, there's nothing, and then running the top over here is a little bit. It's just a tough racetrack.
Solid third-place finish, on to Owasso.
Yep, thank you.
Quentin Bear with a solid podium finish here this evening. Going to talk to our fourth-place finisher, series veteran Josh Nelms. Josh Nelms, solid fourth-place run here this evening. Congratulations.
Yeah, you know, obviously we got an irate crewman here. I don't know what his problem is. They claim I drove a car off the track, and I don't know, work on the side of the car, never touched them. The car behind me said I never touched them. It's one of them things. This is a tight racetrack, you know. Happy to come home with a fourth-place finish. You know, we didn't qualify that great, and had to come through the pack. And it's a tight, you know, beating and banging racetrack, and some good racing.
Solid fourth-place run. On to Owasso here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you know, we've ran good there in the past, and looking forward to getting to Owasso.
Congratulations, solid effort here tonight. Josh Nelms in a solid fourth. Going to fifth-place finisher here, Kyle Hayden. Solid top five run in front of basically the hometown fans. Can't go anything wrong with that from there on out. See you at Owasso here in a couple weeks. Kyle, congratulations, solid fifth-place run. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attendance here this evening on behalf of the JEGS CRA All-Stars Tour, presented by Chevrolet Performance. Your series director has been Glenn Luckett. Head scorer is Greg Wood. Chief Technical Inspector is Eddie Chu. Your chief starter is Brian Duncan. And on behalf of the entire support staff here at Auto City Speedway, we're going to turn things back over to Larry Loynes and the rest of your racing action here this evening. My name is Michael McIntyre. Thanks for playing along this evening. Racer Max says good night. Larry, back to you.